Big George, Foreman, game show style. So your beloved game show host, man, I want to talk about Big George Foreman. What I learned from Big George, the history of George Foreman, right? You know, I learned a lot from the 1974 Zaire, Big George. If you ever watched the movie John King in America, kind of broke it down on the mindset George had. George said that he went into that fight. He said he was scared of every opponent before he ran into Ali. And you got to understand why he wasn't scared of Ali. You know what I'm saying? Because Ali comes back after his stance against the United States government, which was made military voluntary. Muhammad Ali made military voluntary. That's what he contributed to the society. Nobody ever thinks about that. People say it was always voluntary. Somewhere. But he made it where it's 100% voluntary. Where if there's a war going on, they're not drafting. Because before that, anytime we went to war, you were not drafted. So we made it 100% voluntary. But I digress. George, they had a common opponent. His name was Joe Frazier. George, we know what happened. Ali fought him for the first time. Ali loses to George. And the only reason really Ali lost to George, he didn't have what he had when he fought Liston and the other guys before and after, before he had to not when he got his boxing career took it from him for I think 4 to 5 years. I think nothing no less than 3 years. So when he fought, when Muhammad Ali fought George, he lost to George. He lost to Joe Frazier. He was distance or whatever, but he lost to him. He got beat up by Joe Muhammad Ali. George get in there right after. He took the shoes off Joe Frazier. He wasn't nothing. So when they set up the fight for the Zaire fight, George had the mindset that he's gonna kill Ali. One thing Ali is, just like today with Tank Davis, he's the people champion. Ali had the people, but George didn't have it. George didn't have the people because George was a quiet guy. He loved his German shepherds. He loved his dog. He was kind of to himself. He was a quiet guy. A little bit of a mute type dude. He just want to go in there and whoop somebody's ass and get up out of there and live his life. He treated boxing as a job. That was George's mentality. I don't think George hated people. I think George just had a mindset, I'm going to kill. Muhammad Ali had the mindset, I'm going to box. Just boxing. You know what I'm saying? Life on the line in this boxing shit. But I don't let that phase me. I'm gonna go in and beat this guy. And George was a brute. He went in there, killed Ali knew that this guy can't fight 15 rounds like that. This guy can't fight 8 rounds like that. Ali knew this guy only had 5 to 6 rounds of this power. Ali knew. That's where the rope-a-dope came in. I didn't see it live, but I saw enough, documentaries, enough angles of that iconic fight in Zaire in 1974. Like I was there. A fight where everybody said Ali should have retired after that day, right? Or people think Ali should have just got out of the game after that. He won it for the second time, but he was a fighter. He wasn't going to retire. But George only fought like 3 fights after that night. He fought a dude named Kyle. And Kyle took him to the limit. In his mind, Kyle was a bum. But Kyle had power. He wasn't a bum. Kyle got him up out of there. George had to go sit down, bruh. But George learned one thing. You gotta have the people behind you. You gotta have the people. So when George came back in 1987, George brought something called a personality with him. Very outstanding personality. George always had it. What George ended up coming with in 87 and down his life, he retired, got into ministry, got to preaching, got to mentoring the people. He learned something that you had to have humility, you got to have to be dad, you got to be able to be relatable to people. What he learned from Muhammad Ali. You want people to love you. And George realized that he wanted people to be great. That's why his game show style. That's why when George came back, I was a big George Foreman fan. I rooted for George. When he fought Holyfield, I rooted for George. But I knew he wasn't going to beat Holyfield. Holyfield was too good. But we know, in that iconic fight, George beat the shit out of Holyfield. Easy. And we knew it. That's why when he lost to Holyfield and how he used to stand up, he never sat down in between fights. You had that 1 minute, he would stand up in the corner of the ring. In his corner. And man had power. Effortless power. He wasn't, and what's bad about he got quicker. Actually, he got older. He got quicker with his punch. He always came right down the pike on him. He didn't really throw too many hooks. He did a lot of 1-2s. You kind of watch his film. He 1-2 niggas all day. He was a fucking DJ in 87 and 97 to the return. He was a fucking DJ. It's ironic that Big George in his older years became a better fighter than his younger years. But the problem, he was older. He was slow. He couldn't really parry. He had to do that guard that you see him do. That gate, which was a 52 block statue. A 52 blocks guard, but it was just old school. He just didn't lean. He leaned it a little bit. He might, but he was good. And you watched it. And his biggest triumph was Michael Moore. I watched that live. People can't say 90s boxing. I watched almost every fight in 90s. Every fight. I watched the Lennox Lewis fights, the Riddick Bowe fights, the Tyson fights. From like 92 to about 99, I watched every fight. Really to about 05, about 02. You know, God bless the Simon family. They were boxing enthusiasts. So I was always there. Got to see every fight. Boy, my time, I was talking to a guy about boxing. He said, "No, nothing about boxing." I said, "What?" Bitch, I saw every major fight. I didn't see all the 80 fights, but I probably would have. But I saw all the 90s fights. From 92 to all the way to about 2005. Every motherfucking fight. Actually, beyond that, to about 2009. Every fight. Major, big fight. All the Floyd Mayweather fights. After De La Hoya, I saw every year. Like with Tank, missing no fights to that nigga. Ain't gonna miss no fights to Shakur Stevenson. Not missing no. Just to let you bitch ass niggas know. But just to let y'all know, man. Probably better read theirs too. Them like 3 fighters I like right now. But let's let y'all know. This Big George was a bad motherfucker, man. And people really don't understand it. But he learned a lot from that L from Ali, man. Gotta have the people behind it. And one thing about George Foreman, him coming back to fight, you got the people behind it. Was transformed in him to coming out with that lean feeling. George Foreman, lean, really machine. Man came a billionaire because he learned something from Muhammad Ali about being the people. Because when he won that title against Michael Moore, everybody knew. Everybody was proud of George. There was no hater of George when he beat Michael Moore. Forgot what year it was, could be 96, 95, 96. When he beat Michael Moore, everybody was happy. That's because nobody liked Michael Moore. Michael Moore, you know, when he put that chitlin and ham hock combination on it. 1-2 on it. And the key to that fight, he said he threw that 1-2. He said he did it all day, but he tapped him. You know what I'm saying? He just tapped him. He said in that round, he did 3 times. He did it 1-2, played around with him, blocked him, hit his block, 1-2 did it again. And what Tank do? You know, third time, let me get off. And he said the third time, he put every beat off. It was over. 1-2 game. And what's bad about that 1-2 game, how George had to do his whole life. That was his story. 1-2. 1-2 with his gift of gab. You know what I'm saying? 1-2 with the lean, mean gorilla machine. That's all you had. Yeah, it's 1-2. Plant in LA, make it lean, mean. Yeah. Telling y'all, man. George is a guy that taught you that being a human being means a lot. And he said he learned that from Muhammad Ali. His greatest defeat actually was his greatest victory. Because what he learned was his game was humbling, where Ali's game was flamboyant. He was born. George's game was being humble. And he was able to put his little things in there, be cool, be humble, always give credit to the other guy, always pay homage to the other man. And the key to Foreman, he always had it in him because in his heyday, in the 70s, he didn't say shit. So when we ended up learning who he was, it was a breath of fresh air. That's game show style. Hope you enjoyed the games we play, the games we love, the games we show. This was Big George Foreman, game show style. You already know. This ain't nothing but the big game show. You know.